Market information and research. This is element one I'm going to talk about first, which is the importance of marketing information. We're principally aiming this whole course at people trying to undertake and manage small to medium-sized market research projects. So there are a number of areas that they need to be involved with, and we need to be aware that it's about the integration of information across both market research and database marketing and other sources of market information. So this first element looks at the importance of that information and how it can actually be used. So we look at the need for information on customers, on competitors, on the marketing environment, all of which are important for a company to decide what markets they go into, what products they offer, and how they actually develop and deliver these products. We also look at some of the roles of information with regard to its role in terms of being descriptive, providing descriptive information about what's happening in the market, comparative information, comparing maybe one market with another or one branch outlet with another branch outlet, and predictive roles in terms of looking at how the market is likely to change in the future, how demand is likely to increase, etc. So we would be expecting students to be aware of how information can be used and what its purpose would happen to be. We'd also expect them to know about the changing nature of information, that more of that information is coming from a variety of other sources, such as the internet, in some places social networks, customer databases, and other computerized internal reporting systems. All of these providing information on customer behavior that maybe would have had to be gathered by market research in the past is now actually having to be gathered or is now available through these other types of sources. Part of the problem, of course, with all these sorts of information coming available is there is a great explosion in terms of information. So we would expect students to know about the explosion of information, the need now to more involved in the filtering of information rather than just simply the gathering of it. So actually looking at how you would decide whether certain information is valid, reliable, as the source that it's coming from is a valid source to actually use. When people use information, they then also feed it into things like decision support systems. Now, we're not expecting the students for this particular module to know too much about decision support systems, although we would expect them to be able to define what they are, maybe understand some of the key components and the types of information you could get out of them. But probably at this stage, that's all we would be expecting the students to be aware of with regard to such support systems. And finally, within this first element, it's quite critical that we have students looking at the way to use and present information. So we get them to look at the format for reporting marketing information, either in reports itself or in the form of presentations, being aware of things like the audience thinking sequence, being aware of some of the optimum formats for the construction of reports, and maybe also for the construction of presentations. So that's really the main parts of this first key element within market information and research.